Yo, so guys, and welcome back to a brand new HMSP news video. Today we're going to talk about Yamaha, more specifically the Monster Energy team, especially Vinales, and we will get onto the Petronas riders also. But yeah, we're going to have a little chat about Yamaha in general, back on form. Well, at least the Monster Energy riders were back on form. The Petronas guys, unfortunately, obviously we've done a video on Frankie Morbidelli, and Rossi had a couple problems with the tyres, but the Monster Energy squad, they were back on form. Both Maverick Vinales and Fabio Quartararo. Great to see, because obviously we know that both of these riders have amazing potential, but they do kind of lack consistency. Through 2021, they were struggling with just pace in general, as something has dropped behind us. But in Qatar, first round of the season, both of them done pretty well. Obviously, Vinales getting the win and Quartararo coming in 5th place, I think it was. Not quite the result he would have wanted, but, it's better than last year where, if he couldn't win, he would be outside the top 10 somewhere, falling down the order and losing points. But at least, he got 5th place, which is pretty good, and we'll see how he goes in this weekend's race. Obviously, same track, but Vinales, great to see Top Gun MAV back on the top step. Like I said, he's a rider with a lot of potential, but we have seen him just flop a lot straight away in the Grand Prix. The second the lights go out, the first kind of stint, he usually drops down and then comes back towards the end when it's too late. But today in this race, in the Qatar race, he obviously fixed that all up and done a great performance, sat back, overtook them all one by one, nice and calmly, good moves, and got to the lead and pulled the pin, obviously knowing that Ducatis would fly by on the straight. So he had to make it up in the corners, set some really good laps, and just kind of extended the gap with ease. Honestly, it looked like he was very confident on the bike, very comfortable, no mistakes. He looked like he was on rails. Honestly, he was setting very consistent times and very commanding win, and it's a great way to kickstart the season. Hopefully, they can do this similar performance everywhere. We have seen in the past Yamaha riders completely dominate one weekend and then the next one for some reason they're outside the top 10. So fingers crossed they can do the same results throughout the year. We do know Maverick has a little bit more freedom now with the bike development and stuff that he wants to do with the bike. He did have an interview, I think it was around pre-season, where he did say, obviously now that Rossi is gone, he has a little bit more kind of freedom with what he can do with the bike, and first race he's won it, so looks like things are going well in that camp. And obviously for Quartararo also, he had a good performance, unfortunately in the race, got 5th place, but we'll see what he does this weekend. As for the Petronas riders, they had a little bit more of a troubled weekend. Obviously Frankie Morbidelli having the problem with the launch control getting activated and pretty much ruining his race straight away. So that's kind of unfortunate because, I think Frankie could have definitely been, fighting for the podium. We had seen throughout the weekend he had a pretty good pace, and in the practice sessions and that, qualifying didn't quite go to plan. But as for race pace and that, it was pretty good, and I feel like he would have been able to come through the field and fight at the front, just like Joan Mir and Alex Rins. I feel like he would have probably done the same. As for Rossi, we did encounter pretty much the same kind of tire issues that he has been encountering for the last couple of years, so it doesn't look like round 1 quite went to plan. Qualifying, obviously P4, pretty good from him there, obviously following Pecco Bagnaia, he's an academy rider, but qualifying was pretty good. He didn't think he had the pace to finish there in the race, but I doubt he was expecting P12. He looked pretty good at the start of the Grand Prix, but once the tyres kind of fell off a little bit, unfortunately he started dropping back quite rapidly. He was at one point out the points. He did get a little bit of a nudge, I think, from Brad Binder, a little bit of a battle at the back there with the KTMs, which we'll be having a video coming out later today about the KTMs. They definitely had a weekend to forget in Qatar, but Yamaha looks like they've got a good package this year. Hopefully, it works everywhere consistently. Qatar's always kind of been a Yamaha track, so we need to see other places, but the bike looks good. It's still, pretty whack in a straight line compared to the other competitors, especially Ducati. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but you know, through the corners and that, they look pretty good this year. Their new bike works pretty well. It looks on rails, honestly. It looks like the riders are putting in no effort when they're whizzing around the track, so it's pretty good to see. They also keep their tyres in good condition also, so they've got a pretty good package. It's going to be interesting to see, you know, if they can fight at the front every weekend, because like I said, last year they won the most races in the season, but they were the most inconsistent. You know, one rider was up there one weekend, and then the next weekend he was barely in the points. So hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, all the riders can do well this year, and Yamaha can have another competitive year and fight where they belong for the World Championship. So make sure you leave down in the comments, guys, what do you think about it all? How did you feel about the Yamaha Qatar round 1? Obviously we're racing in Qatar again. I think it's called Doha for round 2, so they should go pretty well once again. So yeah, leave a comment down below, leave a like and subscribe for more content as always, and I'll see you with some brand new videos very soon.